what are you gonna do? You know, it's been a tough year. My father passed away the beginning of this year,
You know,
right before all of the COVID
yeah,
started. It was, yeah. Actually, the day that they announced it, it was January 28th when they announced it. That's when he passed, which is
yeah.
strange. So it makes you wonder. I don't know if maybe he had it. I don't know.
Life is short.
Oh,
But before we get into your art and everything else, I wore this because I saw that you have
ah,
the Italian festival.
yeah.
I've been to a lot of feasts and this sweatshirt, you
The
know.
San
But,
Gennaro.
but
Well,
tell me about your
there's a San
festival.
Gennaro in there is one in LA, right? Is that where you are?
I'm in
In
LA, but it's not
Yeah.
really no. I go to the one in Cleveland, Little Italy in Cleveland
Okay.
a lot. I'm in New York. I come from New York. You know,
Hmm.
I was born there
Where were you born?
in the Bronx.
Oh,
So I
okay.
Arthur Avenue and this and that.
Ah, the best food in the world.
Yes, yes, it's good. I miss New York.
Yeah.
Miss New York. So how did you come about with this festival?
Well, I have three film festivals actually.
Three.
I have three. I have the first one is started at the Cutting Room. The Cutting Room on it's on 32nd between Park and Madison, and it originally was on 24th. There was a smaller cutting room, and I was friends with the owner even before it opened, and he had asked me if I wanted to. I mean, my art and the festival kind of mixes up together because I had my art there first for since like 2001, and then and it had a whole room, you know, the whole music room. I had all of my art, like big
Yeah.
paintings like this of Louis Armstrong and everybody, and Chris Noth was one of the partners there, and he really loved my art. It was supposed to be like a revolving show of different artists, and he's like, no, 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 this is staying here until we close and until we shut the doors.
Really?
And then 10 years later, they actually moved from one location to the other, and my art went with it too. Except I have like reproductions there.
Oh,
So yeah, and whenever a very famous musician comes in, they you know, I'll do a painting. Sometimes they'll commission me to do a portrait of them, but they always sign it, which is really cool, in the front, in the back, or whatever. So yeah. Oh, I have, you could
shit.
see
Yeah, Ray Charles, isn't it?
here. Yeah, but then there's Keith Richards is looking over
Over
here,
him, I see Keith. Yeah.
over my shoulder.
First, I thought it was Michael from the Sopranos. What's his name?
Oh, Michael Imperioli.
Because if you look at the eyes, if you look at it from
Yeah,
way at it now, it
yeah,
looks
I
like
could see
him.
that. I could see that. That's funny.
Yeah, I says, you got Michael there.
No,
Oh, that's great. So you're really into
oh,
artists, singing artists.
oh, yeah, I'm a painter first, and
You got your doggy.
yeah, it's 4:30, and my dogs always know the time. I don't know how they could tell time, but they know that it's 4:30, and that's when they eat. I cannot believe she's doing this right
Well, let her eat. You know,
now. Yeah, that's all
we
right.
got time.
She can wait. She can wait.
We got time. They
My
know.
dogs know how to tell time. It's like 4:34. Now she's yelling at me. 4 minutes late.
Woman's late. Oh,
Um, so yeah, so it yeah, the you know, it's everything has been closed. The Cutting Room is it's an amazing music venue. I mean, some of the artists that I did portraits of are like, you know, um I did David Crosby and Billy Joel and Roger Daltrey, Ronnie Wood. They all came in. They all signed my art. So I'm getting a really amazing collection of art that's signed, of my art signed by the
Uh-huh.
original, in the back and the front. So actually my website is down right now because I'm I'm creating a whole new website. So that is miccioart.com, which will be coming back up in the next week or two.
Spell it out
Um,
for the audience. Uh,
MICCIOART.com.
Just so they get the last name right.
Yeah, it's my last name and art.
Yeah.
And then my website is Miccio Act. So it's either art or act. So those are the websites. But so since we had this new venue, and I had a film that I just had made. It's called Saint Joseph, and Vinnie Pastore was in it, and Angela Pietro Pinto, and some really, really Lou Martini, or like all of these amazing actors I had in my film. It was a short. I ended up winning like 20 awards for it.
Really?
Yeah. And so I said, I mean, a lot of the actors couldn't get to the festivals. So I said, oh, let me do a little private thing at the cutting room. Right. So the back room is like a supper club. So I put together this thing really fast. I had about 125 people there, which was really great. And I showed the shorts, only 24 minutes. And I also, in the back of my mind, was thinking of possibly doing a film festival there. So I was like, I want my showing the film and also testing it out at the same time. So I got a lot of great feedback. I also asked everybody, could you see the screen from wherever you're sitting in the place? And everybody's like, oh my god, such a great idea. And hence the cutting room international short film festival came about. And the crazy thing is that now that we're talking about this, I don't know if you ever heard of John Gallagher.
He just
uh,
passed away.
yes, and
Yeah.
and he was my first thought. When I had the festival, when I was starting it, I said I have to honor someone
Yeah.
for my first award, and for like a lifetime achievement award. I mean, he was like an icon,
Yes.
as a director. And I said, I want to honor, I want to give it to him. And I did. And I'm so grateful now that I
Yeah.
did. And it's just heart wrenching that he just passed.
Yeah, he was just getting ready to do a movie with Tony Sirico and my Sally Kirkland and a
I
bunch of
know,
people.
I know, I
Yeah.
know.
Maggie Wagner, who I had on the show yesterday, and she's in the
Who?
yeah.
Who'd you have on?
Maggie Wagner and Catherine
Oh,
Collins. They're from Actors Studio,
oh,
members of the
okay.
Actors Studio.
Right, right.
But Vinnie Pastore, he's good friends with my uncle.
Oh,
His name is Carmine Smash from
come
New
on,
Rochelle.
Smash.
Yeah, he'll know who it is.
That's his given name.
He'll know the name right away.
Oh, yeah.
He'll know who it is. It's true. That was,
Um, that's very
he goes
cool.
back to the 60s.
Yeah, no, but John was a really sweet guy. And I had seen him at another festival.
How did you
Like,
meet him? Let's go back to there. How did you first
well,
meet John?
I actually met him originally. Where did I meet John? God, I don't. hmm. I became friends with him on Facebook. I never actually worked with him. I had breast cancer for, and I dealt with that for like a year and a half. And while I was doing that, I was on Facebook like all the time. So I actually met him on Facebook. And then when I got back out in the world, I think I met him at a film festival, Yeah. Um, and then I said, oh, he was looking ill at the time. And I just, that was the first time I had seen him in a wheelchair, and I said, oh, I have got to give him the Lifetime Achievement Award. I just have to.
Yeah.
And that was 2018. Was it 17 or 18 was my first festival? No, this is going into the third year. So 17. Yeah, because I'm gonna have, this is the third year of the cutting room. And it, October, it was October 17th and 18th was the first one. So it's like almost 3 years
Uh,
to the, to the day, kind of almost a week to the week. Um, so it's sad. It's
did
sad.
they have his funeral already? Did that happen?
No, they're gonna do a memorial, I
Well,
think. Yeah, yeah. This, oh, Anyway, let's talk about some happier
happy.
things.
Yeah. I was just thinking about it.
So I started the festival, and then I was asked to do an Italian film festival in Las Vegas, and it was a sister festival to another larger festival that was already established. But it was still my separate film festival. So I had it at the Italian Social Club, the Italian American Social Club in Las
In
Vegas.
Las
Were you
Vegas.
ever
Oh,
there?
yeah.
Were you ever there?
I years ago, because yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes.
yeah, because like Frank Sinatra and the whole
Yeah,
Rat Pack, and they all, they were. I said, this is the greatest place to have an Italian. How kitschy, but still so cool. Very, very kitschy.
yeah.
But one of a distant uncle of mine used to hang out there, and he knew the manager, and I mentioned his name, and I got good treatment. A great, amazing food,
Then
and I had
your
a
uncle
Frank
must know Gene
Sinatra.
Kilroy.
What?
Gene Kilroy used to run Vegas.
Oh, right,
If you wanted anything done in Vegas, you went to Gene Kilroy.
Gene Kilroy.
Kilroy.
What year was that?
Well, this was back in the 80s and 90s.
Oh, okay,
It was back them days. He was with Muhammad Ali, and
right.
I was telling Mike Tyson, I says, Gene Kilroy likes you. He said, he doesn't like nobody. but, but he loved me, and my uncles and this and that. Vegas, everybody's praying for Vegas to come back the way it used to be.
Yeah.
Back,
The casino's open?
you know.
Are
I
the
mean, back in them days, it was
casinos?
run by some good people.
Yeah.
It
Yeah. It was it
was
was
a
a
safe
good,
town.
it was a safe town, yes.
Yeah. And
Exactly. There was a
it's not like
lot
it is
of
now.
security around.
Yes, yes. And, it's not that way anymore. I mean, it's unbelievable how
Yeah.
things
But
get ruined.
are the casinos open? Did they
I don't
did
know. Yes, yes, they are.
Oh, they are.
They are. They're
How are
open
they
because
doing that at tables and stuff? Like they're separating people at the
yeah,
tables and
but because the woman that comes and that cleans my apartment, she goes a lot to Vegas.
oh.
It's not, I don't go there anymore. But anyway, let's get back to you. Do you do
Okay. So
acting?
then I had that film festival, and that was an international film festival. And I had people that came in from Italy, from Canada, from all over. It was amazing. It was really, really great. And so I had a couple of celebrities there too. So it was nice. I got some really great reviews. And then I was asked by someone that came back to the the second cutting room film festival. He said to me that he won for documentary. He said, I'm affiliated with the Procida Film Festival, and that's a small island near Ischia, near Capri, by
Capri,
Naples.
but not.
And yeah, and he said it's a small island, it's a small festival, but the directors really like your method of the way that you create your festival, and you get all, and I don't know, it's my own way that I think should a festival should be run, and it's my festival, so I just do
You
it.
run
I don't have to answer to anybody.
good.
So I do it the way I want to do it, and I give awards to, you know, if something comes in, I'll change the category that of if I really like it and there's no category for it, I'll make up a category, and you're gonna get it because that is what this film's about, and you're gonna get that award, so they kind of liked my method, and they said we would like you to come on as director for the Procida International Film Festival. So I have three now, which is really kind of cool.
I have to hook you up with a friend of mine in Rome. Her name is Lydia Vitali. She does
Okay.
a one-woman show about Anna Magani.
Oh,
And it's really,
yeah,
you'll
wow.
love this woman. Her and her daughter, Blue. I got her into Actor Studio here, and then she went back to Italy. She's working all the time in Rome. She lives in
Uh-huh.
Rome. But I'm gonna hook you. I want you to hook up with her. And she
I
just
would,
sent me a message
I'd
today.
love to talk to her. There was,
Oh, you would love her. And
yeah,
she's the reincarnation of Anna.
wow.
Really,
When
who's my favorite actress.
one of my cousins, because I go to Italy every year, I have an apartment there, and it's on the Sorrento coast. And my cousin took us go on the way to Positano, past Sorrento. Then you go to along this very curvy ride, which I get nauseous every time. But we stopped, and there's this. I forgot what the area is called, but it's just like kind of like a valley that's within the curve, right? And you cross over this bridge. But if you go in there, that's where they filmed one of Anna Magnani's films,
Yeah,
and in one of these little houses that's up along the mountain, that's where she lived.
yeah.
Well,
I,
she was
you know,
making the movie.
she's when I talk to actors, and if you want to know what acting's about, look at her. Watch her
Yeah,
films.
it's
She was
amazing.
so real. I fell in love with her in the Rose Tattoo. Well, a woman in a black full slip. I finally, she wasn't a beautiful woman, but she was the sexiest woman I ever.
So sexy. Yes.
Oh, I mean, it was just even Burt Lancaster said that, and I know I met the late Anthony Francioso, who was a member of the Actors Studio, who worked with her, with Anthony Quinn, and
Hmm.
he told me that she was the sexiest woman that he ever met. And
Wow.
he met a lot of women, Anthony Francioso, you
Sure.
know, but there was something about her. You look a little bit, you remind me a little bit of her. I'm
That's
looking at you
funny you
here.
say that
You know,
because I have a cousin that looks a lot like her.
yeah, you have
And
that. What I was talking to somebody. We were talking about her. What Anna was what every Italian woman looks like, a real Italian woman. That's what she was. She wasn't this beauty like Sophie Loren or that, but she was just this incredible beauty. And but if I don't forget, Dino De Laurentiis' daughter is out here. I like for you to meet her too.
oh, sure.
Yeah, she's out here, and her sister Veronica is another one. I'm gonna hook you up with them.
Yeah.
They would love you what you're doing, especially the art and this and that.
Oh, well, I act
Festivals.
too. I mean, I've done a lot, and I also write, which I'm writing a script right now that, I mean, it's totally out of my what I've ever done, but I've gotten so into it, and I can't talk about it right now because an investor has
Oh,
it
okay.
right now, and they're hopefully they like it, And but I keep writing and changing, and I'll keep sending them the revised scripts, and I've really gotten into it, and I really truly believe in this script. So I really, especially, that we really couldn't work that much during the pandemic, I just started writing. And I also, another thing that I did was, because my father had passed away, and then I said I have to, instead of like crawling up in a ball and crying every day, I said I have to, do something with myself. So I figured, okay, I have these 3 film festivals, I have all these websites all over the place. I'm gonna try to make it all come together.
Yes.
So I created an indie film online magazine.
Ooh.
That's what it's called, indiefilmonline.com.
Great.
And yeah, so I mean, I was the first on the cover. So
Oh,
that
I
was a
did see that on your page. Yes.
yes,
I was
that
wondering what
was
that
my
was.
that was the first issue. And now I'm going to be doing another issue, and it's just because I've been doing, so I was going to start put it out in September, and then I just got carried away with this script and all of this, and there's been a lot of buzz about this script. So um that's kind of been put to the side a little bit. But what I'm doing with the second issue is I'm asking all of my friends that I know, or whoever wants an article that they wouldn't have gotten, in another way, or like who would just put an ad in a magazine for them, right?
Yeah.
Now he's mad that he's not eating. Get in. Get, okay. I got two French
Yeah.
bulldogs that run my life.
Yes.
Um, so I'm asking like all my friends to send me articles, just like promotion, to promote themselves,
Okay.
and I'm going to fill up my magazine with, if they have a film that they want to promote, they just want to promote themselves as actors, as directors, as whatever. I told them, write up an
I'll put
article
my show on there.
and put your show in. Yeah, exactly. And that's what I want to do for the second issue. The first one was the Venus Film Festival that I had to do online this year, because I couldn't do a live show. So I did it online, and it was fun. It was fun. It was a Zoom, we did via Zoom, and I gave the awards out. And these were the awards. I still have to give some of my Italian friends. It's the Botticelli.
Botticelli.
Yes.
Look at that. That's beautiful.
Yeah, it's actual marble. It's made in Greece.
In
Yeah.
Greece?
Yeah, it's made in Greece. It's marble. Oh, well.
Yeah. Not Italian?
I know, but that's where I found them. I don't know if I was hoping that they would, they were made in Italy, but they're not. But they're still European, and
But they're close.
so much detail in it, and they're marble, and people loved it last year, so I brought it back again. And yeah, that's the award. At the cutting room, I have crystal ones now. And I just love giving out awards to people that really deserve it, that might not have been.
So you're a giver.
I am.
You're real Italian. You're Italian. You're like an Italian
Yeah.
grandmother. Nona.
Yeah, come over,
Nona.
have the pot of sauce, all these.
You call it sauce or gravy?
It's sauce.
I call it gravy.
You call it gravy, right?
Now, what do you study? You said you do acting. Now, did you study?
I did. Well, what happened was I went to art school,
Right.
and then I moved to California. I tried all kinds of things. I mean, I had 2 degrees in fine arts. So I said, what am I going to do with that? And it was really hard to just be a fine artist. And like all of a sudden, I have shows in galleries that wasn't happening right away. So I said, I think I need to go back to school. Maybe I'll teach. So I went back to school, and it was a theatrical school. So I had so many art credits that transferred over. I took all these acting classes. I took a ton of acting classes, and I already was, 5 years older than the kids in the school already. So I had already a little bit of life experience. And I had some crazy boyfriends. I had, deaths and family and friends, and like a lot of things go on, happened in those 5 years. I lived in California, blah blah blah, all this other stuff. So I had life experience to go by, and my teachers were like, you have to pursue this. You just have to. You have to do something. So I was getting all these A's, and and the kids would be like, "But how old are you?" I said, "Don't worry about it. Don't worry."
Don't worry about it.
So I didn't want to tell them that I was older than them
I
because
love that.
that's
Don't
not
worry about it.
fair.
It was not
It was
like, forget about it.
yeah, yeah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. So I just continued, taking acting classes. And, it was hard. I was juggling. I was also a makeup artist because I was good at it. And then that, I was doing half and half. I was doing half makeup to make money so that I could act and not make much money. So um
Being an
yeah.
artist, I guess that helped you as a makeup artist.
And also painting,
That's what.
so I would make money. Yes, exactly. So I was good at portraits, which I do paint a lot of portraits. And so it made, and I went to school for fine arts. So that's what we did: portraits and figures and figurative, and and so that all made sense to me, than to do makeup, because I knew the structure of the face. And so I juggled both, and I got into Screen Actors Guild in 2000. So I actually got in because I was on a makeup job, and they're like, oh, we were like in the Poconos somewhere, and it was in the middle of the winter, and instead of going into the city and getting somebody from the city, they're like, oh, you're perfect for this part. I'm like, okay, you want to be in SAG? Yes. And they put me in, and I had like some silly lines, but it got me in Screen Actors Guild. I just had to pay up.
Are you still a member? Are you still pursuing it?
Of course,
Oh,
yeah. We did. I've done I did the film Saint Joseph. I was the lead in it, and I was in The Sopranos. I was the original Bada Bing bartender at the in The
oh,
Sopranos.
oh, really?
Yeah, yeah. They wanted me to do other things, and then I was like, no,
Uh,
like, yeah,
yeah, I could imagine it. And
other
bada
things.
bing.
Yeah, so I was like, wait a minute, the bartenders don't take their clothes off.
Right.
No. And I was also dating James Gandolfini at the time,
Oh,
and I told him that the casting director had called me, that they wanted me to do this scene. And I don't have to tell you what he said about that. He was not very happy. So, yeah. So I was like, no, I wasn't planning on doing it anyway. I was like, they called me into the office to do, for that. I was like, yuck. I don't want to do that. So anyway, but I got, I had a few things that I did with as the bartender, and I had, few little speaking parts here and there. I'm still getting my little residuals from The Sopranos. And And what else? Oh, we just worked on a film. It's a TV series. They're hoping for a TV series. It's called Almost Made. And
Almost made.
Almost Made, and it's a it has a bunch of like mobsters that are kind of like a bunch of half-wits.
Is
And
it a
it's very
comedy?
funny. Yeah, it's a comedy.
Sounds like a comedy
It
in the
has
title.
Joey D'Onofrio and Jackie Martling, and it has a lot of really fun people, and they were all really great in it. And I'm like the reveal of the who is the boss. I'm the boss.
You're the boss.
I play
Get
the
paid.
boss.
Yeah.
So I walk into the office, and Paul Borghese was in it too, and he's like, "Who the hell are you?" I go, "Who the fuck are you?" Beep, bleep me.
Oh,
So
you know, it's all right.
it was kind of, it's funny, it's very silly. And so I come in at kind of at the end, and so I'm hoping it gets picked up so I have more of a part. But so I did that, and then I played oh, we're winning a bunch of awards for this other show that I'm in, called The King of Angels, and I play the girlfriend. I was juggling two different guys of two different strip clubs that I was working in both, and I'm the spy for the bad guy for the good guy club. And then I realized that the bad guy's really bad, and I end up going back with him. But we're winning like all these awards now for, it's called The King of Angels. Again, it's a comedy, a kitschy comedy, but
It's a comedy.
yeah, it's like a kitschy comedy. I like writing comedy too.
Do
And
you?
this script, what I'm doing now, is definitely not a comedy, but I have to hold myself back sometimes because I end up like writing all this stuff that's kind of funny.
Well, why do you hold back? Why do you
Well,
hold
because
back?
it's not a comedy. What I'm writing now is really not a comedy.
Well,
And so, but I guess it's not like ha 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 ha, like, comedic material. It's just, I guess I put it in just um to take the edge off of seriousness sometimes,
well,
you know?
maybe you should leave it in, and if it needs to be taken out, it can always be taken
Yeah,
out, you
yeah,
know? Because it sounds like you know what you're doing, and
yeah,
you're censoring yourself.
yes,
I got a feeling when you said that, you're censoring yourself instead of letting it just go, like
yeah.
acting. You know when the person's acting, and you know when the person's being real. James was like a real guy. Did you do his portrait? I was just curious. I was thinking about that.
No, no, I
No,
didn't
I
do
never
his
did that.
portrait. I should have,
Well,
but I didn't. Yeah. But
yeah, I figured that.
he did
But
he really supported me in my art career. He loved my art, and he came to he sponsored actually a big show that I had. It was at the Gibson Guitar studio. It was on 50, I think 54th Street in the city, and it was a really great show. He
oh yeah,
came.
I remember going to do
Yeah,
by
Gibson
Studio
Guitar.
54,
Yeah, yeah,
where it
yeah.
used to be.
That's right.
I lived right there on 8th Avenue.
Yep.
Big.
And they opened up this big lobby there. So they approached me because they knew my art was at the cutting room, and they said, "Well, we would love to have a show, of your artwork." I said, "Well, then I have to paint, people that played the Gibson guitars." So I did a whole show of Gibson, guitar musicians, and it almost sold out. It was really great, and I was afraid of James being there because at first I was like, oh, he's gonna take all the attention away from my show, but it was great. He came in. He was very um He was just he was just such a real person, you
I always
know,
got that feeling about
really
him.
nice guy. He didn't have any airs
Hang-ups.
about him. Yeah, he had no, well,
What I mean by hang-ups, I mean he was, being an actor and a star didn't go to his head.
yeah, that, no, he didn't. He wasn't a diva in the male
Right.
sense of it. No, not at all.
Yeah.
No, he always stopped and said hello to people unless they said something stupid and they pissed him off, you
Yeah.
know? Then, but why? It's like, I think Alec Baldwin has the same kind of thing. People just say things to him to piss him off, and they did that to Jim too. It was like, why?
Yeah.
Why do you have to do that? Why would you just to get a rise out of,
Yeah. I know. I remember there was a show called Soap,
I remember Soap,
but
yeah.
Catherine Damon, who played, what's his name's mother, I forgot his, the big comedian, Catherine Damon. Oh God.
I can't remember
Anyway,
his
we were
name.
having we were having lunch and over there on 57th Street
Mhm.
in a diner, and some guy, you keep my kids up at night. They attacked her instead of saying, "Yeah, I enjoyed your show." They don't know how to. They attack.
Yes.
You know, and I was
They're
going
like
over the I was going
inappropriate.
over the booth,
They're
you know,
so
to grab his.
inappropriate.
I was going over the booth to rip his lungs out, and she grabbed me. Oh, hey there, what's her name?
That's Lulu Lama.
Ooh, hi there. She's pretty. Yeah.
She was crying. She's like whimpering on the outside of
On
the
that, when
oh my
listen, we'll let you feed her. And
yeah,
what I'm going to try to do when I talk to Lydia, when I do, I want her to do a show from Italy, and I would love for you to maybe you can come on with her.
I would
I'd,
love
I'd
to.
love to come back. And I'm so glad. Usually when a guest doesn't show up, I don't usually try second one.
I'm so
But
sorry. It was like
no,
the
no,
weather is so has been so bad here.
something
And
in
I
me.
was like, I couldn't like the traffic and the rain. It's like hailing. It's like
Is
really,
it?
really
Oh,
bad. Oh,
I miss that. I miss the rain. I love the rain. It reminds me how miserable my
I
life
don't like
really is.
driving in the rain.
Yeah.
I don't like.
No, not.
And then my car said all my tires were low. I'm like, oh my God, what is that? And I think it's just because of the temperature. Like your car's,
Yeah.
oh, you don't have that in LA because it's always the same weather.
Well, it hasn't rained here in 7 months.
Oh my God, that's not good.
No, I know. That's why you got all these fires going all the time.
Well, how long have you been in LA?
I came out here in 85, 84, but I
Wow.
used to go back and forth, you know, and then until the Robert Blake case came out, and then it came out in the Post that I had one time been in organized crime, so, and my
Oh,
sister.
you are. Oh, okay.
So the people, my family, the neighbors found out that her brother wasn't just an actor; he was an organized crime guy. The Seven Ups. Remember the movie The Seven Ups?
Yes.
Those are the guys that busted me, the real ones.
Okay.
They were in the Bronx, and my
Well,
friend.
the script that I'm working on has to do with some of those guys. Off the screen. I'd like to talk to you about, if you want to.
Sometime, yeah, sure. I'll send you my number and
Yeah.
we can talk.
Um,
Yeah, but Tony
it's
Sirico's a good. I know Tony Sirico. He knows me.
yeah.
People know me as John John.
John.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that don't know me as that name, John John. It's a well-known name in Italian neighborhoods.
Uh-huh.
And it's funny. I never get. I was up for the movie Attica. They told me I wasn't a type, and I told them I was there. You're not the type. Organized, and when they have gangster movies, they never hire me. What can I tell you? I let it go. But what a pleasure! I'm so. What I was saying earlier. Usually, when guest doesn't show up, I just, I don't try second time. but you're Italian, so I got to go see what
Oh,
happened.
thanks. Thank you. Thanks
I'm,
for
and
saying
you turn out to be a gift.
it was only a few minutes.
No, you
Oh,
turned out
thank
to be a
you.
gift.
Oh,
I mean,
thank
what a
you.
gift. I never realized that this, it's amazing the stories that people have.
Oh, I have so many stories. I
I
mean,
mean,
it's
well, we're
just
going to have you back.
I wrote the script of Saint Joseph. I had the idea of it when I was going through chemo. I had breast cancer.
So,
So I had first
you're
I
all
had
right now, though, huh?
oh yeah, yeah. But I went through a horrible, like horrible divorce. And then the same month that I my divorce was final, I got diagnosed with breast cancer. So it was like I went from one horror to into a year and a half of another horror. And so again, I had to figure out, what do I do with this? I got to make, I call it the other way. I go the other way around. I go from lemonade to lemons because I like to structure things back to their natural form.
Okay.
Right, right. So, I had
Katerina.
this idea,
I
huh?
love your name, Katerina.
Thank you.
You know, it's a real Italian
Caterina
name.
Anna Francesca Miccio.
Oh, that's beautiful. My favorite Italian, one of my favorite Italian names is Angelina. I just
Angelina.
love saying that name.
That's the name.
Angeline. You
Angelina,
know,
right?
just
That was Louis Prima, right?
yeah, yeah,
Angelina.
Louis Prima. But I have a niece whose name is that, and she's when she was a little baby, she used to get crazy. Guy, Angelina. Yeah, you little kid.
Louis Prima Jr. performs at the Cutting Room when it
Really,
opened. Oh, what a great band that is! It's so much fun. They get the whole place goes
I
wild.
would imagine. Oh, I didn't know there was a
Sounds a lot
junior
like
band.
him.
I didn't
Yes,
know that.
Louis Prima Jr.
I
Yes,
didn't know that. Louis
yep.
Prima, boy.
I wanted to have them at my festival, but it would have been too much to fly them in and all that. But I had a Frank Sinatra impersonator,
Oh, well, there's enough of
right?
them.
Gary Anthony. Have you heard of
Uh,
him? He's amazing.
Is he
He's out
good?
of LA. I mean, out of Las Vegas, but he
Oh,
performs all over. Yeah, he's looks like him. He sounds just like Frank Sinatra. It
well, a
was
lot of them, like Frank and Dean, they when they used to get through with their show, they would go over and see Louis Prima. You know,
Oh, I love Louis Prima
and he
music.
wrote "Sing, Sing, Sing."
Yeah,
Oh, that.
you know the movie Big Night when they were waiting for Louis Prima to show up, right?
Oh,
And then if you eat this,
yeah.
that's it. You kill yourself, right? Because it's nothing else.
There's nothing else.
Nothing else is gonna be as good as that. And they waited for Louis Prima and waited for Louis Prima. I love that movie.
Yeah, it's true.
One of my favorites.
Yeah. Oh God, that's wonderful. But on that, what a smile you have.
Thank you.
What a smile. Bella, Bella, Bella. I'm going to end now so because your daughter, she's going to get mad. You got to feed her.
I got another one. I got another one here. Come here, boo boo.
Let's see the other one.
This is Ziggy Stardust.
Oh, oh, look at the blue eyes, like almost.
That looks blue. They're not.
I know it looks blue, doesn't it?
It's okay, boo boo.
Yeah.
Who's that?
Hey, you can't believe they can't believe. Yeah. I love animals, but I can't have them because I never know where I'm going to be.
Oh, you travel around a lot.
Well, I never know, And then I used to go
Are
away
you
a lot.
an actor? Are you an
Yeah,
actor?
I'm an
Oh
actor.
yeah.
I'm with the Actors Studio.
Oh,
I'm a member of the Actors Studio, like
yeah. I
since
saw that.
1985.
Right. Since 1985. Wow.
Yeah, I
Oh, I'd
worked
love
with
to be a
Bronson.
member.
I worked with Charlie Bronson and all, The Messenger of Death. I always play the bad guy. I never get the girl. Only in the theater I can get. I used to do that. But
Well,
listen,
maybe I could put you in this film.
we'll see. But we'll keep in touch, and I'll have you back anytime.
Oh, I would love to.
I'm
I'd
going to
love
talk
to. I
to.
love these
I'll send
things.
you my information, and I'll also get in touch with Lydia again because I want you to meet her. All
Okay.
right, Katrina, and you and your
Yeah,
family.
and
God bless.
Yeah, send me your number because
I will.
I want to talk to you about what I'm working on now. I think it's something that you'd be interested
Okay.
in. Yeah.
Anytime, my lovely. All right.
Okay. All
Ciao.
right. Ciao, ciao.